branding and that sort of thing. So what elements of your personal presentation is working and what elements need to work? Is there things that has been raised today that you think, oh, I might want to fix that up, or my marketing materials needs work on here? Is there any elements that isn't working for you? No? Thinking about it? Let's talk about image on some of the corporate levels. Virgin, what sort of image do they have? Fresh? Sexy? Sorry. Young? Fun? Bright? Yeah, and their uniform is fresh and clean and cream and red and bright and out there. Yeah? What about Qantas? Sophisticated? Qantas? Yeah. Yeah. And they both have spent an awful lot of money making sure that they're recognisable. You know, from the logos on the wings of the planes, through their uniforms, all their marketing material, their advertising, their websites. Millions and millions of dollars have gone into that. So with Qantas we get conservative, stuffy. They're a little bit more conservative and corporately dressed. Even how they serve you on the plane is completely different to how Virgin serves. Yes? What about Jetstar?
Lost.
Unreliable, late. But they also wear polos, don't they? So they have that relaxed feeling about it. No, but they get there. But also what I find with Jetstar, they're with the organisation that I think the last time I flew with them was from Tasmania to Brisbane, one flight. It was 6 o'clock in the afternoon and I had 2 small children. And guess what they didn't have on board?
Children's kids.
Meals. They didn't have meals. I could get chippies and I could get muffins and I could get hot soup. Wow, hot boiling water beside kiddies. Do you think that was clever? Thankfully, I had a lovely lady on board as a stewardess and she actually gave me her meal for the children. But the flight was like nearly 2.5 hours at 6 o'clock at night. And in Hobart, there was no little shops open in the airport in Hobart to buy anything before you got onto the flight. So what sort of image did it leave me? So when, you know, my daughter was 6 months, she's now nearly 5. And that was, so you can see how I didn't go back and quickly to fly with them again. And I haven't flown with them since because they left such a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah? What, with your visual presentation, what do you think it should be for your brand? For the business that you do? Think about your business, think about your company, think about what you do, and then think about how you project your image. Does it fit? Does it fit with your brand? Yes? No? Any feedback? Questions? Do you know what you want? Do you know what your brand, your visual brand, do you know what you want to be known for exactly? So it stands out, so it gets across. So the minute you walk into the door, people know what it is that you do.
So much of that has to do with your appearance, doesn't it?
Appearance, or what people are known, what little extras that people want to be known for. Alex Perry, he always wears sunglasses on his head. Lady Gaga. Does anybody know what the real Lady Gaga looks like? Because she's always got outrageous costumes. Steve Irwin. When he was around, did you ever see him out of khaki greens? Pink. What an unusual name. But she's a very strong, energetic performer. So sometimes it's not about what you dress or how you dress, but it's about what you do to enhance that. I've got a lady all in red. And what's the company's name?
Red Day Coaching.
So her brand, Red Day Coaching, she's following it through with wearing red. And I imagine most of the time when you go out in front of clients, you have some article of red on.
Yes, if I was presenting today, I wouldn't be wearing red, but I'd have red beads or red accessories. So it's more or less depending on the occasion. Sometimes I wear a red suit, sometimes I've just got red beads and red earrings.
So Jo, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So Jo emulates her brand by wearing the colour that is in her brand. Does anybody else do the same? I was hoping the Tri-Shell girls would raise their hands. Because when they're on show, whether it's through a function or out networking, they're in their uniform. Now, I'm not to say that you have to wear a uniform, but it is just one way of identifying you and your brand in your marketplace. So is there ways that you think that you can also identify yourself? Make yourself that little unusual? Make yourself a bit more rememberable out there in the marketplace?
Purple hair doesn't.
Purple hair?
Purple suits are pretty good.
Is there any other things that you can think of that will gain visibility? Purple hair, purple suits. I think every time I see Trish, if she's not in her green outfit, she's got purple on. It's her favourite colour. Sorry?
That's hardly our brand.
No,
Personal brand.
but it's her personal brand. Yeah, so what else?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you think that a uniform is a good idea?
It comes down to your organisation. You create wardrobes. So does the people who actually go in and build the wardrobes,
They wear a uniform.
they wear a uniform.
Yeah.
So with them wearing a uniform, you're getting your brand out there in the mindset of that customer all the way through. So what do you leave your customer when you do a new business call? Does people ring you and you go in and give them a quote, measure up and then give them a quote?
Correct.
Yeah.
And there's usually a design with our logo and also a quote with our logo on that, which is incorporated into the workers' uniform. But I don't wear a uniform.
No.
And I'm just, given that I'm the first point of call, yeah, I'm just...
But are you being seen as the builder or the designer?
the designer.
So ladies, how should a designer be seen?
Creative.
Does that answer your question?
How do you want your business to be portrayed? So are you wanting your wardrobes to make your bedroom feel neat and tidy and organised? Then that would be what I would want you to look like.
Yeah. Because if at that first initial meeting, the only thing that people are going to judge you against your competitors, because I know I've had wardrobes built in for me. So for me, it was all about the design. Because I had a limited space. We all know that wardrobes can have a shelf here, a rod there, and doors. Yes? But what we want is how that space inside is utilised. And what we want is somebody who's got that vision, that creativity to make those designs and that space work for me so I can get more out of my wardrobe. So if I had somebody walk in who was all about, well, we can do it for this price and we can do this and do this and do this, but doesn't give me a feeling of creativity, and then I had you walk in with the creativity and we're going to utilise this space and this is what we can do here and blah, 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 and give me all these ideas, who do you think I'm going to buy? So yeah, so really look at what you're selling and match it to that. You're selling design. These people are selling other products and services. Yeah? So who is your target market? Think about your target market, because this is how we have to be seen in their eyes. Now, I'm probably Suzanne's target market, because a couple of years ago I was getting wardrobes. So if I saw her come in as a caring, warm designer who gave me lots of care and attention and ideas and really was passionate about what she was doing, do you think I would have bought? So think about who your target market is. Do we have a next question? So we've got the question, what do you want to be known for? And the next one is, who is your target market? So take a couple of seconds and answer those two questions. Because the target market is the key to all your marketing. It's the vital key. Now, your target market could be the internal people. Who do you need to know to get that job promotion? Future boss, the employers. How can you get in front of them? Once you understand who your audience is, when you get in front of them, what are you going to say to them? How are you going to talk? How are you going to present yourself? If you're going for a particular job, those future bosses, what magazines do they read? What websites do they read? What recruitment agencies do they go to? What's your niche? What's your specialty? What do you want to be known for? Now, when I first started my business, I came from the corporate area. I was a national marketing manager. And when I came from that corporate area as a national marketing manager, I had to do everything. It's okay doing everything when you've only got one brand. But when I went into business, I started working with small business people who had various products and services and various brands. The first year, I did everything. So whenever any company came to me and asked me for help, I said yes. And then I'd go, I did that, but it was a couple of years ago. Better read up on it, see how much it's changed. And then I realised I was spending all my time relearning certain skill sets that I couldn't charge back that time to the company that I was working for. So I spent all this time doing everything. And then I realised that, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't like that anymore. That's a bit boring. That's too technical. Who wants to sit on a website all day and do search engine optimization? Boring. Took me 3 years. Yes, I've made all the mistakes as a marketer. Took me 3 years to actually identify what my niche was. What's your niche? Are you a coach, speaker, author, marketer, designer? Or are you just passionate about one thing? Getting your name across for one thing. Being the expert for one thing. So now, my one thing is strategy. Helping companies understand their strategy, understand their positioning, understand who their target market is, understand what it is that makes them think and tick. And then from there, yes, I can do add-on services, but everything I do is all about strategy. So for Susan, everything you'll do is all about the design. And then when on your website, you can talk about design. You can blog about design. You can search the world about design. Coaching. Is there a particular element within the coaching that, is it a financial element? Is it the HR element? Is it leadership, change, management? What's the element in coaching that you most?
Having a life as well as having a business.
Having a life and a business, making the business fun, giving them more time. With Red Day, they're all about getting the company, people out of the business. So when you've got your profile and you know what you're doing, you need to raise it. Raise your profile. Look at networking. We're all here networking. Who has handed out cards today to everybody? Yeah? Social networking. Who's Twittering, Facebooking, LinkedIn? Hands? Anyone? Anyone? Good. E-newsletter. Who sends out a regular e-newsletter? Special events, sponsorships, public speaking, direct mail. Oh, would you two ladies at the back just stop it already?
We're measuring ourselves against making sure we're ticking all the right boxes.
Writing for specific magazines. Got something that I'd like to show you. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it was working in the break. This is all about social media. So for those of you who have yet to do it, or embrace it, maybe this might start changing some of your mindsets.